Remember that car with the horse logo? Yes. What's the name again? Oh, you took the words right out of my mouth. A Ferrari. And that brings us to the topic of the day. Have you heard about the latest Ferrari set to hit the road in 2021? Well, if you have or haven't, stick around as we've got an insider's gist on the Ferrari 812 GTO, Gran Turismo Omologato. The GTO name, which translates to Grand Touring Homologated, was used on a Grand Touring car that Ferrari designed specifically for the Group 3 Grand Touring car category of the FIA. According to our little birdie, the Italian car makers were spotted in a small town named Maranello, trying out a car that no one has been able to identify thus far. Still, it appears to be an upgrade over the 2017 Grand Tour Ferrari 812 GTS, which made its debut at the Geneva Motor Show. Like the Superfast 812 is an upgrade to the F12 Berlinetta, the 812 GTO is the rumored upgrade to the Superfast 812 GTS. Hold up a minute. If the GTS 812 is super fast, will the GTO 812 be lightning fast? Boy, am I thrilled. I bet you are too. Stay with us as we explore the exotic features. As you would expect, the test car shares quite some features with the GTS 812 Superfast. The GTS 812 Superfast model, compared with the 6.3-liter engine used in the F12 Berlinetta, has been upgraded 6,496 cc 6.5 liters version of the F140 GC V12. The engine produces 800 PS, 588 kW, 789 HP, at 8,500 RPM and 718 Nm, 530 pound-feet, of torque at 7,000 RPM. The 812 Superfast engine is the most powerful, naturally aspirated production car engine ever produced by the manufacturer as of 2018. Well, for the GTO, we would be expecting an upgrade of these features. Talking about upgrades, do you know what else needs an upgrade? Your internet experience. With ExpressVPN, you can amplify your entire internet. VPN security is just a click away. I don't know about you, but if you are all for better privacy and confidence surfing the web, then ExpressVPN is all you need. Your online freedom and anonymity are what you get. Also, we are here with you around the clock with our 24/7 live chat customer support. Your data is secured with world-class encryption, and you can access over 90-plus countries all around the globe. What more can you ask for? So yeah, we've got you covered. The link is in the description below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Liked it yet? Hold on a sec. If the Ferrari GTO 812 has an 8 at the beginning and a 2 at the end, does that... I wasn't going to say anything there, boy. Come on. I really need to get serious. Yikes. Our biggest guess is that the GTO is also going to come with an iconic V12 engine. Well, how do we know this? Follow us as we explore the trend so far. The F140 series mill, which in the 812 Superfast displaces 6.5 liters, was the first used in the Ferrari Enzo in 2002. It was also used in the Fiorino 599 GTB, so it also powered the first version of the new GTO, the 599 GTO, as far back as 2010. The F12 Berlinetta, the predecessor of the 812, has been revised to a 6.3-liter spec and switched to a 6.5-liter size in 2017. It was then used in all Ferrari cars based on the 812 Superfast, including the 812 GTS and the Monza SP1 and SP2 Limited series. Well, is this trend likely to continue, or should we expect more? At 789 horsepower and 530 pound-feet of torque, the 812 Superfast is already very powerful, but the Monza Unique Edition models released this year gained an additional 10 horses, with a total of 799 horsepower. Perhaps an upgrade is due to follow the 812 GTO, an extra 10 or 20 horsepower? At the very best, 820 horsepower max. So yeah, don't expect a vast improvement, however, as there are many limitations to the naturally aspirated engine. We do know that the 6.5-liter V12 will produce more power than it has in the 812 Superfast. This suggests that it already has a tried-and-true version of the 6.5-liter V12 if Ferrari needs the GTO to be more powerful on top of being lighter and more aerodynamic. We don't know if Ferrari is again raising the engine's displacement. Still, this figure would make it the most powerful Ferrari ever with natural ambitions and the most powerful car with a front-engined configuration. And I just remembered someone stole my Microsoft Office and they are going to pay. Seriously? You have my word. After a 10-year gap, This A12 GTO is definitely due for an upgrade over its last edition, the 599 GTO. It will also be substantially more powerful than the previous GTO, the 599 GTO that was manufactured between 2010 and 2012. The 599 GTO arrived with 661 horsepower and 457 pound-feet of torque on tap, fueled by a beefed-up 6.0-liter V12. At least an additional 200 horsepower and 150 pound-feet of torque is expected to support the 812 GTO. Now to the more pressing question. Will the GTO be faster than the Superfast 812? Ferrari states that with a 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, 0 to 62 miles per hour, acceleration time of 2.9 seconds, the 812 Superfast has a maximum speed of 340 kilometers an hour, 211 miles per hour. The car has a power-to-weight ratio of 2.1 kilograms, 4.81 pounds per horsepower, PS. The 812 Superfast is the first EPS-equipped Ferrari, electronic power steering. The rear-wheel steering mechanism, Virtual Short Wheelbase 2.0, borrowed from the limited edition F12 TDF, is also shared. The car's weight distribution is 47% front, 53% rear. A lap time around the Fiorano racetrack of 1:21.50, 50 seconds behind the more track-focused F12 TDF was registered by the car. So, at this point, I really need to tell you what your left eye says to your right eye. It says between you and me, something smells. Just kidding. To hit 60 miles per hour, the standard Grand Tourer requires 2.9 seconds, and so do the more recent limited edition models of the Monza SP, which are slightly more powerful. But the GTO is also expected to be lighter than the 812 Superfast. For example, the 599 GTO was some 220 pounds lighter than the 599 GTB, on which it was based. So for the 812 GTO, we should expect a similar weight reduction. The 812 GTO could come in at a little above 3,600 pounds, with the Superfast tipping the scales at 3,845 pounds. The new power-to-weight ratio will make it possible for the 812 GTO in 2.7 seconds to reach 60 miles an hour, a tenth of a second faster than the Superfast. This would really be a sight to behold. Seriously, I never knew I would share this, but do you know why I stay up late on weekends? Because sleep is for the weak. Till date, Ferrari has produced only two other models that used the GTO designation, the 1962 250 GTO and the 1984 288 GTO, with the third being the 599 GTO. Ferrari will add a few extras, but nothing that will change the overall style. Ferrari might incorporate some unique features influenced by the Grand Tourer of the 1960s, as it is a tribute to the original GTO. To replicate the 250 GTO race car's bare frame, it might combine a black dashboard with blue Alcantara seats and similar inserts on the door panels, as well as aluminum floor covers. It should also have a unique trim, and, as usual, maybe some exposed carbon fiber. A bespoke monitor with a dial design identical to the original GTO could also be featured on the instrument cluster. Should we expect a similar design to its predecessors? Hey Ferrari, how about a surprise? Oh, we can't wait. From what we know about the 812 Superfast, Ferrari has confirmed that it is not easy to optimize the front engine, rear-wheel drive V12 vehicle platform, which is part of the legacy of the company and has raised different developmental challenges. To supplement the 812 Superfast's chassis control system, a mix of complex aerodynamics technology is used. In order to increase drag coefficient values over the F12 Berlinetta, it requires a combination of active and passive aerodynamics. The vehicle's front is intended to improve downforce and includes front brake cooling intakes and ducts to increase underbody airflow. For extra downforce, the car's bonnet also has channels to pass air through to the side of the vehicle. The 812 Superfast rear diffuser has active flaps that can open up to help minimize drag at high speeds. Perhaps we might expect similar upgrades in the GTO 812. So I've been thinking about this for a while. What's the difference between a computer programmer and a spider? Spiders like bugs on the web. Well, from what we can gather, in the foreground, the test car looks familiar. It appears that there are some styling and mechanical changes at both the front and rear fascias. The engine hood, the headlamps, and the small inner vents are the same as the 812 Superfast standards. The bumper still maintains the familiar design, but a different layout is given for the main vents. There's a larger diffuser that stretches over the corners and around the exhaust tips. So, can we say that the Ferrari GTO 812 is an 812 Superfast with a GTO vibe? I mean, just think about it. Think! Well, I don't know about you, but this Ferrari is sure to cost a lot. A healthy premium is applied to the 812 Superfast by the return of the GTO badge. The 812 Superfast starts at $338,000, while the 812 GTS is $364,000. The GTO would cost more than that, and before options, it might very well reach $400,000. The 812 GTO, on the other hand, won't be as pricey as the Monza SP1 and SP2, which, when new, retailed for more than $1.5 million. Also, should we be expecting a limited edition series? The 812 GTO would definitely be built in small numbers, much like the 599 GTO of 2010. Like the 599 GTO, 599 units were made. It's intriguing to ask if Ferrari is particular about the GTO number. Should we expect 812 units for the 812 GTO? Well, most likely not. Then again, we are in for surprises. Well, Ferrari may limit the 812 GTO to fewer units than anticipated. The 812 GTO is likely to crack through the cover by the end of 2020. Production will probably start in 2021, but as soon as Ferrari unveils the official information, the GTO could go on sale. Most likely, the 812 GTO will be presented to buyers in a private event, as is the case with other limited edition Ferrari, and all productions will be accounted for before the car makes its public debut. Okay, I think we have come to the end of today's review. Before we go into it, just to double check, have you liked and subscribed to this channel? Trust me on this. There is so much more in store for you. You will not want to miss our future updates. Tap the notification bell to stay up to date with us. And let me leave you with this. Do cows wear bells because their horns don't work? Love ya!